Ain't no way this is Taraji. What has happened to Taraji? That's impossible. There's no way that this is Taraji. What happened to her? She looks very, very different. And everybody around her is embracing her new look.
You're not drinking, or decision to not drink anymore? How did that?
I do have my wine brand, and I love my 7 daughters, but I do take breaks. For 5 months I had stopped drinking because I felt like I needed clarity. I needed to get rid of some negative energy that was in my life that I couldn't see. Because, and not to say that I have a drinking problem or anything like that. I just think like you fast sometimes because you need to reset your system. I did this sobriety for like 5 months.
Girl, is there something in the water over at Taraji's house? Because she's been looking very different lately and people are losing it. We know she's been open about her battles with alcohol and the insane stress of being a Black actress in Hollywood. So maybe this new look was her way of opening a new chapter in her life, like most Hollywood actresses. But according to Common, Taraji's makeover is more like a desperate, strategic attempt to take back her career that's quietly derailed because of her addiction with alcohol. After that explosive Color Purple scandal, insiders say that Hollywood has sidelined her, claiming that her alcohol issues make her a liability for any major project because there's a chance she would blow up like that again. So what is really going on? And why is Common, of all people, reacting to it?
So 2018 was when I finally got a real quote. And that is the last time that I haven't gotten a raise since then. And each and every project that I have to fight for that.
You still have to fight.
I have to fight for that. Yeah.
What does that do to you?
That's why I'm not excited anymore.
It takes
all of that away. And I know what other people are getting paid.
What do you think that's about?
It's about me being a woman and a Black woman. I still don't think that this town respects what Black women bring to the table.
Mind you, this downfall for her is crazy, considering she is an Oscar-nominated actress for her role in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and made history by becoming the first African-American actress to win the Critics' Choice Award for Best Actress in a Drama for Empire. So by the time Empire wrapped up, Taraji rightfully thought she'd proved that she can hold her own and Hollywood would pay her dues. Instead, Hollywood kept treating her like every role was a favor, and the breakthrough never came. And what made this moment even worse was that this wasn't the first time Taraji believed she was finally going to get the recognition she deserves, only to be shot down. The first time she felt Hollywood look in her direction was after her appearance in the 2001 movie Baby Boy. But while her co-star, Tyrese Gibson, went on to star in major franchises like Fast and Furious, Taraji still had to knock on doors. It happened again in 2005 with Hustle and Flow, and in 2008 with The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which she got an Oscar nomination for. But none of these turned into the career-shifting moment that Taraji was hoping for. To show you just how much she was dealing with, Taraji spoke about how she basically had to swallow disrespect to stay in the movie. When she was asked to join the cast of The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Taraji asked for $500,000. The studio agreed, only to turn around and only offered her $100,000, which she was able to negotiate up to $150,000. However, by the time taxes were removed and she paid her team, her take-home was only $40,000. Meanwhile, the movie went on to make $335 million. What the hell? She got cut like that in a movie that made over $300 million? Girl, Taraji has a heart of gold, because that's enough to make the average person salty AF. Especially when you know that your co-stars most likely went home with millions in their accounts.
I could not, when Benjamin Button didn't want to pay me, I was just asking $500,000. When they didn't want to give me that, I couldn't go, I'm not doing this movie.
Right.
And I wasn't thinking about critical acclaim. Because in my mind, it was Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett that were the shoe-ins. I was just happy to be in their company. You know what I mean? And I had to swallow my pride, and I had to, just give the best performance that I could, because, that's what I always
try to do and walk away. And
Taraji dealt with disappointments again and again with the same smile and professionalism that she'd become known for. But by the time Empire rolled around and it was still the same story, she'd had enough. Taraji spoke about how she fired everyone on her team for mishandling her career during the run of Empire. And can you blame her? There were no gigs, no endorsements, no campaigns, no nothing coming in to capture how popular Cookie was. On top of that, there was supposed to be a new show about Cookie Lyon, which Taraji agreed to do as long as it was handled right. And like clockwork, her team managed to fumble that too. And just in case her actions weren't loud enough, she had this to say during the promo for her movie What Men Want in 2019. "Pay me my money. Pay me what I deserve. We deserve it, and you need us. The end." Taraji was no longer the hungry actress begging for recognition for her talent. If a job came that offered less than what she deserved, she was fine saying no to it. But well, Hollywood clearly felt a successful Black actress speaking up for herself and those coming behind her needed to be humbled. Basically, instead of her openness pushing her career forward, she really started seeing a push out from the industry. And now, people close to her, her friends like Common, are saying that it's eating Taraji from the inside out. Allegedly, the intense pressure, career burnout, and anxiety led her to use weed and alcohol to numb out and cope with the stress. And even with that, it all came to a head in 2023 while she was on a press run for The Color Purple. Now, she's never been one to sugarcoat her reality, but while doing an interview with Gayle King, Taraji really let it all out.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to just say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, "You work a lot." Well, have to. The math ain't mathing.
She talked about how she almost quit acting because the math really ain't mathing. After 20-something plus years in the game, she still couldn't get adequate on-set amenities, food, and even a decent changing room to call her own.
Well, that was like some one-time thing. So you fall back to the bottom, and you gotta negotiate and fight tooth and nail to get what you made the last time. Where's my raise? I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary. And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? Then why am I doing this? If it's all just for me, why are you here?
She called everyone out, including Oprah Winfrey, for the unfair conditions they experienced. Other actresses like Gabrielle Union, Keke Palmer, and Octavia Spencer supported her, showing that it wasn't just a Taraji problem. Everyone was dealing with it. While she spoke up for herself and other Black actresses, the industry didn't really take it well. From that point on, Oprah distanced herself from Taraji, and the casting calls she got for movies began to slowly dry up. According to reports, a narrative is slowly going around Hollywood about Taraji now being difficult to work with and a liability to any major production that would have her. And they are framing her outbursts on her alcohol addiction. In her own way, Taraji tried to dispel the rumors. She talked about how she was much calmer and had a clearer state of mind since she stopped taking alcohol. While she still had an occasional glass of wine, she couldn't bring herself to drink more because her body can't take it anymore. She also pointed out that she took a much-needed soul-cleansing trip to Bali after she realized that smoking and drinking wasn't fixing the underlying emotional and professional issues she had.
You're not drinking, or decision to not drink anymore? How did that?
I do have my wine brand, and I love my 7 daughters, but I do take breaks.
But when the industry has set a narrative about you being difficult and unpredictable and key into it, it is often very hard to fight your way out of it. Also, when you get to a certain age as a woman in Hollywood, the amount of roles available for you slowly dries up as the industry starts to favor younger actresses. Taraji is currently 55 years old, and I mean, when has Hollywood ever offered a black woman that age anything other than a church auntie, a grieving or bitter wife, or somebody's wise, cheerful mother? With the roles drying up and Hollywood deeming her a liability, Taraji could feel the clock ticking against her, and for Common, the changes she made to her face might be her way to breathe new life into her career and get the phone ringing more. But as someone who's been in the industry as long as he has, this isn't something Common sees happening, and it has nothing to do with Taraji's credentials, personality, or talent as an actress. Instead, it has everything to do with Hollywood refusing to address the fact that an Oscar-nominated, Golden Globe-winning black actress still had to fight for basic parity and fair on-set accommodations, and then try to punish her for using her voice and refusing to just bend whichever way the system wanted her to go. And Taraji hasn't built a massive fan base for nothing, because people are coming all out in support of her saying, "As a black woman currently experiencing career frustration, I know how hard it can be to want more and know you deserve it, but constantly having doors closed. I'm angry for her and how she's been treated. What is crazy is they seek out British actors with little to no experience and pay them more, just to not pay black actors. I am not African American, but there's no actress I love more than Taraji. She is absolutely epic in every single role she takes on. No one brings depth, emotion, and passion for a role like her. She deserves so much more than she has been paid." And I can tell Taraji is sick and tired of being sick and tired. You can see it in her eyes. I really hope things work out better for her, but talking about her pay on press tours wasn't helping. By the way, do you guys think Taraji made a fatal mistake talking about her pay during the press run for The Color Purple? Share your thoughts in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe for more updates. See you later, baddies!